In a world obsessed with showing off, the most grounded people are the ones who don't. They don't post their every move. They don't chase attention. They don't try to prove anything to anyone. And yet, somehow, they walk through life with more peace, more clarity, and more power than everyone else who's shouting for it. If you think silence means insecurity, you're mistaken. The people who stay off the feeds are often the most secure. They're not afraid to be seen. They've simply outgrown the need to be seen. They aren't hiding, they're evolving. These are the people who don't seek validation from strangers. They don't feel the need to narrate their lives for an audience that doesn't truly know them. They don't display every achievement like a trophy, not because they're shy, but because their growth is sacred. It's personal. It's real. It's not staged for applause. They validate themselves in silence, in the late nights no one hears about, in the early mornings no one sees, in the decisions they make when nobody is watching. They're not living for likes. They're not chasing comments. They're not performing for approval. They're simply living, fully and unapologetically. True confidence doesn't announce itself. It doesn't beg for attention. It walks in quietly, and the entire room notices without a word being spoken. In a culture that confuses visibility with worth, these people choose something different. They choose peace, and they choose it intentionally. They know the most meaningful parts of life don't belong on a screen. They refuse to turn their joy into content or their milestones into marketing material. They protect their peace the way others protect their image. They understand the cost of constant exposure, the pressure, the comparison, the noise, the endless performance. So they choose something far rarer, a life that's real. Being unseen is a form of power. Not everyone deserves access to your life, your energy, or your mind. And these people know that better than anyone. Silence isn't absence. Silence is where the real work happens. The world may think they're missing, but they're actually mastering. While others post their progress, they're busy making it. While others talk about their goals, they're off achieving them. While others chase attention, they chase improvement. They're not offline, they're in their zone, creating, building, healing, learning, growing, becoming the person they said they would be. And mastery in anything requires focus. And focus requires disappearing for a while. Greatness is grown in the shadows long before it's seen in the light. These people walk a different path. They're lone wolves by choice, not because they're antisocial, but because they're intentional with their energy. They're selective about who they let in, who they listen to, and who they allow to influence their emotions. They don't give everyone access to their nervous system. They don't let the world pull them in every direction. They lead themselves. They move quietly. They speak only when it adds value, not when it adds more noise to an already loud world. Their privacy is a boundary, a powerful one. It's what makes their presence so potent when they finally decide to step out and be seen. Lone wolves don't chase the pack. They build their own path. And when they show up with purpose, strength, and certainty. So here's the truth. You don't need to be loud to be powerful. You don't need to be public to be growing. You don't need to be seen to be significant. You don't need approval to be becoming someone extraordinary. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is step back, log off, tap out of the noise, and return to yourself. Disappear for a while. Focus. Work. Build. Become. And when you come back as someone the world can't help but notice. You don't need to tell them you're changing, just change. You don't need to announce your moves, just move. You don't need to prove your worth, just live it. Disappear and become somebody great.